2020 was obviously one of the worst years for the WWE and the world in general, but we did get some of the biggest moments of all time. The issue is, WWE didn't really change the product for the better. Well, maybe except for SmackDown. I love that show. Michael Cole screaming, "It's boss time!" Love that shit. Monday Night Raw, on the other hand, well, the ratings are falling faster than Shane McMahon off the stage, and that's because the show, well, it's bad. I'm tired of playing Where is R-Truth hiding right now every Monday. Only on USA. But it's 2021 right now. The world is instantly more beautiful. I mean, nobody cares about some stupid ratings war. Nia Jax got better at wrestling and Hogan grew his hair out, I think. It's 2021 and WWE needs some big changes. One positive. I like that the product is a little less PG now. I'm not talking about seeing a boobie here and there, but in 2020, hearing slurs and grilling people feels normal. I want more. I'm not gonna use a camera because I'm recording this on January 1st. My face looks like if someone used a spell from Harry Potter. Let's talk about WWE. So one thing I want to see back in the WWE is general managers. I know it's an old concept and it doesn't really work as well as it did before. And one of the main reasons we don't have general managers right now is because, well, we're not that stupid. We know that these matches are booked by creative and Vince McMahon and it doesn't really matter if we have GMs or not. But I want some logic. Even though I know that general manager has nothing to do with how the match is being booked, sometimes it feels very illogical for someone to say, you know what, me and you, we're gonna have a match in the main event. Yes, I have that power. It doesn't make any sense, it's stupid. I want to see Kurt Angle interfering and saying, you guys are gonna have a match in the main event right now. Oh, it's true, it's them. You get the point. General managers make the show feel a bit more alive, and having GMs like Mick Foley and Daniel Bryan in 2016 felt so right. So I don't know how you guys feel about it. I feel like we need general managers back in 2021. Another thing I want to see returning is draft, lottery, or GMs picking stars. So basically, this is how the draft works right now. Stephanie McMahon comes out, Rollins goes to Raw. That's it. That's about it. That's lazy. I want to see the computer back. You know, I want to see SmackDown versus Raw in the ring. Winner gets a draft pick. It's random. I love that shit. It's kinda stupid, childish, but I mean, it made things a bit more entertaining. If you want to make it a bit more logical, you can have general managers picking stars. I'm fine with that too. As long as it's not just Stephanie McMahon choosing who goes to Raw and who goes to SmackDown. And these idiots celebrate. I don't want to see that again. Please. Ever. Now, you may say I'm nitpicking, but one thing that always pisses me off about the WWE is the production and overproduction, I should say. I'm talking about ring bump sounds. What the hell is he talking about? What you on, mate? WWE's production team are playing way too much with the sounds in the back. If you would watch a WWE show up until like 2016, and if you would watch a live event, you could hear how different the ring actually sounds, and every little move kind of feels more important and has more impact. It looks more painful, basically. Now you can barely hear the thing, and I believe it takes away a lot of impact. I'm pretty sure some of you noticed that as well, but I would rather watch a bad match from 2004 because it feels more real. It feels like it actually hurts landing on that ring than a normal match in 2020. Now people have to try even more because of this, in my opinion. I don't know. That's probably weird. I'm done talking. Let's move on. Now this is an obvious one. Fix the damn tag team division or merge it. I don't know. Something needs to change. Every time I see a tag team match in the WWE, whether it's SmackDown or Raw, it feels very unimportant, forced, and you can see how much WWE doesn't care. I've heard Vince McMahon doesn't like tag team wrestling, but for someone who has a 6-man tag team match every week twice, I find that hard to believe. But by the way, Vince McMahon is splitting up random tag teams. I guess that's true. For example, why is Otis not with Tucker anymore? Why? You can still fix it. You know, you can make these tag teams a bit more legit. You can have good storylines, which is the most important part. But if that's too much to ask, then merge the divisions and have these tag teams traveling from Raw to SmackDown. That's the only solution if you are lazy. Now this is an obvious one, a 2-hour Raw. Oh, but the great one, you can't do that because of money. Yeah, I don't know. Do something. The third hour can be old WWE moments, whether you watch it or not, that's up to you. Whatever it is, 3-hour Raw is way too long. Some movies feel way too long. And this is a wrestling show and not even a very good one at the moment. Sometimes they set up a main event and we see like 5 or 4 very similar segments about that main event, and it doesn't add anything to the story. On top of that, you have random ass matches, you have 24/7 segments. These are, why are we still getting these? Raw is just such a big mix of nothing. I know financially it's better to have a 3-hour Raw, but at the end of the day, if your product is getting worse and worse every year, it's not a good business decision in the long run. Now, this is just my personal take. I want unique belts back, man. I know WWE Championship, Universal Championship, Women's Raw Championship, Women's SmackDown Championship don't look bad. It's just a big ass logo, there's nothing to like or dislike, but they're all the same. You can have the WWE Championship looking like this, but please change the other designs. Something tells me WWE are not gonna do that for a very long time because it's a corporate logo. That's basically it. They feel like, okay, we have the perfect one. But I wish WWE would be a little bit more creative. I miss the big old man. This belt really looked like a championship. King of the Ring pay-per-view. Yes, people. We do have the tournaments, but we never got the King of the Ring pay-per-view back. It's weird because it has that Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania, SummerSlam feel to it. Who doesn't like tournaments? So I would bring this pay-per-view back, but I would change one thing. The winner doesn't necessarily have to be a heel and always wear the crown. That makes the guy look stupid, it's really unnecessary. But basically, if you win this match, you're the best wrestler and maybe get a championship opportunity or something. It doesn't have to be this generic, I win the match, I win the tournament, and now I'm king, look at my crown. You get the point. One thing I miss about the WWE is every pay-per-view looking different. I'm talking about unique sets. Now it's basically the same, they change up the graphics and it's good to go, but back in the day we used to have different set for every single pay-per-view, whether it's big pay-per-views like SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, or even smaller ones like Armageddon, or Backlash. It doesn't matter, we always had a different set because WWE cared about the little things, and I believe they matter. It makes every pay-per-view look a bit more important. We got Pyro back. Hopefully we'll get that back as well in 2021, at least for pay-per-views like SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania. Please. What I also miss in the WWE and would like to get back is more match types. Yes, we have plenty of match types. Mostly 6-man tags. Love these. More 6-man tags, please. But there are so many match types that WWE just forgot about. For example, Viagra on a pole match. Love this shit. But also War Games. We saw that in NXT. I would like to see that on the main roster as well. I would love to see a First Blood match. I know you might not be able to do it. It may not be possible under TVPG, but perhaps. And a championship scramble. I think it was a pretty decent concept. You have a bunch of people in the ring, you have a time limit, and the last person who got a pin is the new champion or retains the championship. I really like that concept. I wish WWE would bring it back. And of course, on top of everything else, the most important thing is I want more unique storylines. I know this may not make sense for this video, but I feel like mentioning it because at the end of the day, wrestling is all about stories. So in 2021, I want more unique storylines. I don't want to see this random ass shit, 50-50 booking, let's forget about it. I don't want to see storylines like Jeff Hardy versus Elias again, these unimportant, why are you wasting my time type of shit. The best example of unique storylines is Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns. It was different, it was the best storyline of 2020. You cared about every segment, you cared about every match. This rivalry was all about family and it made sense because they're actually family. I don't want to see 90% of other storylines also focusing on family. Why does it always have to be family? It truly is one of the best storylines we've seen. Another good example is Edge versus Randy Orton. Love this one. Also Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins. It had some negatives, but at the end of the day, it was very unique. So in 2021, I want all these things back, but most importantly, let's focus on creating some good stories. And whether that's Brock Lesnar returning and taking every championship, or bringing back some legends, or some weird-ass love triangle, I don't care. Just get people talking about wrestling. Even if it's stuff that we don't like. As long as we're talking, I believe that's a positive. Do you guys think Bobby Lashley is good in the bed? That's the question for today. Thank you for watching the video, The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure. Happy New Year, everybody.